When I looked back, whatever had been there was gone. So that was pretty much the friend sightings throughout the years, and that was from Lon Strickler who got that report. And well, that was a Bigfoot sighting over the years. He had sighted it all through the years growing up.
Well, James, I want to thank you for the report. I'm back. And
okay.
I tell you what, I hate to be my wife in about 5 minutes when she gets home.
It sounds like those two galloping horses found something to munch on.
Yeah, put it this way: our kitchen cabinet, the top cabinet, the Formica, it runs like about 15 feet. They decided to eat the end of it off.
Oh boy!
Yeah, that's going to be not a very cheap repair. What can I say? They eat everything: shoes, upholstery, couches. But they won't eat cheap dog food. It has to be the expensive stuff. I don't know. A missing Polish farmer who just vanished on December 31st. They figured, well, something bad must have happened. Well, authorities, discovered the bones on the neighbor's property. It seems that his own livestock of pigs had him for dinner.
Oh, yeah, hey, listen, pigs, I'll tell you, people don't think so, but they'll eat meat. You better believe it. And sounds like he got himself eaten.
Yeah, he was eaten, all right. Well, a YouTube prankster appears in Australian court because he went into a liquor store with his car. But that's not all of it. He was in a scuba outfit with the tank and the mask, and his car was totally filled with water.
Oh, boy. This guy is he's living the dream. He's scuba diving while driving his car and driving right in, making a beer store that sells beer, a drive-in, obviously. Something tells me he got some time out of this, or at least his license
I
suspended.
don't know, but could you imagine going into the place? How would you open up the door to get your 6-pack of beer, let alone pay for it? I mean, the whole car the whole inside was flooded with water. And like I said, he was breathing through, the tanks of oxygen. He was set up as a scuba diver.
He must have had a sunroof in it. Otherwise, like you said, how would you do it?
I have no idea, but I guess it was on YouTube. Well, Kansas City man asked a divorce judge to let him engage in a sword fight to the death with his ex-wife.
Oh, boy, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, I could just see him saying, "Oh, yeah, well, you should have asked this earlier." The things people ask, I'll tell you.
I don't know. Here's another guy who decides he's going to go in a liquor store and steal. Okay, he sits there all day in between the roof and the ceiling. And just before closing time, he falls through.
Oh, boy. That's like the one a few months ago. It's pretty much the same way. Somebody actually seen his legs sticking out, but they thought they were seeing things from. But yeah, if you're going to steal from there, you might not want to fall through. You're pretty much going to get caught or break an ankle or something.
Well, can you picture this? A guy in Georgia, which he should be out living on his own. He goes into his mother's bedroom and steals her vibrator. Now, his mother is 73 years old. And he was sentenced to 90 days in jail.
90 days. Hey, give him some time to think about that electrifying event he just pulled off there. Did this mom press charges?
I have no idea. But a guy in Colorado gets caught stealing a car. And the judge asked him, "Is this the first car you ever stole?" And he goes, "No, it was one of 3 that day. but he's probably done about 300 in his career.
Jeez. Oh, why don't you tell them what you really think? My goodness, that you talk about throwing somebody under the bus. Wow.
Well, you know what? If you sit there, it was 3 today, and I've probably done 300 in my career of being a car theft. Yeah, you think the judge is going to give you any break at all? He's going to get you off the street.
Yeah, he's going to get you for back time that you owe the state. Sounds like he's really going to make an example of you.
Well, a British lawyer claims he killed his wife with a baseball bat. Why? Because he got tired of seeing his wife wearing the same kimono every night to bed.
That's not a reason, I'll tell you. That reminds me of another story I read where the guy said, I'm going to kill him with kindness. I'm not going to be mad, I'm just going to kill him with kindness. Well, he ended up beating somebody with a bat. And on the bat, it said the bat was named killing him with kindness, and he wasn't lying. But, I mean, come on, you can't get away with stuff like that. Why not just walk away or get a divorce instead of beating somebody to death? Jeez.
I don't know. People do crazy things, Now,
yeah.
if somebody offered you $1 million to live in a paradise, a little island off of New Zealand for a year, look, by yourself, would you do it?
In a heartbeat. I don't even have to think about it.
I don't know. No TV, no nothing, no radio, no TV, no electricity or anything. But you got this beautiful island, and you have plenty of food, and all you have to do is, live there for a year.
Look at the reward when you come out for a year. You can have all the TVs you want.
Could you,
for $1 million.
Could you imagine? Can you imagine that a woman dies, and for 10 years they were wondering what happened to her husband? So as, they're cleaning out the house after, because she's departed, right? Well, they found her husband. He was in the freezer for at least 10 years.
Wow. That's incredible that nobody missed him for 10 years. Oh, geez.
Well, 10 years in a freezer. Oh, maybe they can just, zap him and bring him back. I have no idea.
I don't think so, but 10 years in a freezer, nobody inquired, hey, how's your husband? Where's he at? Hey, I want to come over and have dinner with you guys. She would have said, well, go down in the freezer and talk to him because that's where he is.
Oh, I sure wouldn't want any food that was in that freezer to share. You know that.
Listen, I second that one. Absolutely. That was about the other story with the food, with the lady who was shoplifting.
Well, a Pennsylvania woman who set a motorhome on fire while wearing a T-shirt, it says, I'm crazy, was sentenced to 3 years in prison.
Wow. Well, I guess she diagnosed herself. Should have said, I'm crazy and a fire starter or something. But, you can't get away with these things. And if you do, you shouldn't wear shirts that kind of hedge the police department toward the guilty side of it.
I don't know. People are strange. Illinois man was charged while driving with a revoked license. Now, this is the 26th time he was charged for driving with a revoked license. Well, this time the judge put him in jail for 6 years. But 26 times being arrested for driving with no license has been revoked. I would think he would have been in jail a lot longer than 6 years. He should have been in jail. He should have been in jail after the third or fourth time. Right.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, you would think so. Or at least, number 11 or 12 or maybe 15. But 26? I mean, come on.
Well, can you believe inside of a car explodes Because the lady, this is in England, was using excessive amount of canned air spray to freshen the smell of the car, and then she lit her cigarette and got a blowjob.
Yeah, she probably doesn't have any eyebrows or lashes after that one, the poor lady. Oh, boy. I could just see that going right up in smokes, as Cheech and Chong would say.
Well, you think about it. That stuff, is flammable. So if you're sitting there, and depending on how much she was spraying, if she, sprayed it had to be a lot to blow the side of the car up.
Yeah, probably blew the doors right off blew the brakes right off that car. Let me tell you. Oh man, the things that people do, they just don't think. They just don't, Gary.
They don't. Now you're a soccer judge. Of a soccer team of young boys, like from 11 to 16. Well, where do you take them when they lose the game? To your favorite restaurant, Hooters.
Hooters. Oh boy, I thought I was going to say something worse than that, really. But yeah, that's I guess you guys try to motivate your guys to get that would kind of give them an incentive to lose if you think about it. I wonder what the incentive is to win.
I don't know. Could you imagine? You go look in your checking account online, and you have $37 million you didn't have the night before. So now you're extremely happy. You wait a few days, you still have $37 million. You call up the bank and say, do you ever make mistakes? No, we don't make any mistakes. So 2 weeks go by, you still have $37 million in your checking account. Well, you figure, it's been 2 weeks now. They haven't discovered it. I'm going to go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff because I got $37 million. Not. She was arrested.
That's too bad. It's the poor lady probably just wanted to buy a football team or something. I don't know, but 37 million. If she give it 2 weeks, isn't there like a 2 week lay period that's yours or something? Maybe she thought that.
I have no idea, but if I had that, I'd be looking at Cayman Islands or wherever, but no. She went out and probably bought a big screen TV and new furniture and all that stuff. And hey, you know what? She got busted. A New Jersey man who's 21 years old dies after his car started by itself and then rolls forward, crushing him. Well, it turns out the next door neighbor bought a new car. He had one of these, remote starts. The guy that got killed had a remote start, and they were evidently shared the same frequency. So when the guy went out to start his car, it started his neighbor's car, which then rolled and pinned him against the wall and killed him.
I wondered about those things. Sometimes even garage door openers will cross frequencies with things, with your phones or whatever. And I don't find that shocking. I found it very sad that he got crushed over something like that. But they've got to fine tune these things to make them better, because that's not it's not uncommon. It's uncommon he got crushed, but it's not uncommon these things cross frequencies.
Well, a cell phone in South Australia. A young man loses most of his manhood because he had his cell phone in his front pocket and it exploded.
Yep. I can tell you why, because of the lithium battery in there. When they blow up, it's instantly 3,000 degrees fire explosion on the spot. And that's exactly why it happened. Those are very dangerous, especially if they get wet. That will cause it to explode instantly.
Well, a lot of things you have to realize. You're not so much if you buy the original manufacturer's battery. If you go online and you find, I can buy the battery instead of for $50, I can get it for $9.95 with shipping. You got to think about it. Why would the manufacturer be selling the battery for $50, $60, $70 and somebody's selling it for $9.95 or $5.95 on eBay or somewhere else? You know what you're getting. You're getting one of these batteries that I wouldn't trust them. I mean, lithium can explode.